All right, we're about ready to begin. So let's bring our palms together. What we're doing, 72,000 nervings of your left hand, right hand coming together, center of your chest. Your nervous system is kind of divided in two parts. This side of the brain controls this whole side of the body and vice versa. So when you bring your palms together, you are starting to interchange the energy back and forth between the two sides of your nervous system to start help balance it out. So we point the finger straight up, put slight pressure on your wrists here as well. Gets the energy flowing. You have meridian flow lines that go from the hands and fingers up into the brain, and it helps to start stimulating those aspects as well. There's a lot of subtleties that we could endlessly go into detail, but we'll just give you the experience and you can ask questions later. So inhale deeply, slowly through the nose, all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. All your air sacs are down here. Let your belly expand down and out. Let that abdomen relax. Fill into the belly like a balloon. Keep the heart center elevated. Fill into the chest, rib cage. Keep the shoulders relaxed as much as possible. And pull the chin back slightly to straighten the spine under the base of the skull. Fill up through the neck, up through the top of the head. Keep your focus at the brow point between the eyebrows, top of the nose. And exhale, letting the tension go. Push it out through the nose. Empty the lungs from the head, the neck, the chest. Pull the navel back. Push the air out. Empty the lungs completely. Again, inhale deeply. Full deep breath, just like we did before. All the way up through the top of the head. And exhale, letting the tension go. Push it all the way out. When you inhale, it's the process of taking in that life force energy of the universe. When you exhale, it's the counterbalance, the elimination process. You can't just take the life force energy and you have to start eliminating stuff that you don't want, don't need, or shouldn't have. So we'll inhale deeply to begin. We'll do Om Namo on the first breath, Gurudev Namo on the second breath, and we'll do that 3 times. So inhale deeply. Inhale some more. Om. Okay. So today we're going to work on opening up your 10 subtle bodies. And basically you have your positive mind, you have your negative mind, you have your neutral mind. You have your soul body, your auric body, your pranic body, you have your arc line, and a few others, and I'll look them up. I'm not big on memorizing stuff, but with the internet now you can pretty much look up anything you need to know. Okay. So you have the soul body, negative mind, positive mind, neutral mind, physical body, arc line, auric body, pranic body, subtle body, and radiant body. And if you want to know more about those, you can go to online to 3ho.org or Kundalini Research Institute to find out more about that stuff. So we're going to awaken those 10 bodies. It's going to be crowded in here, you know. All right, so let me get the music on here. Okay, come lying down. You're going to raise your head and look at your toes. You're going to extend the arms over the body, parallel to each other, or parallel to the ground, sort of. And your palms are facing down. Your legs are together, and just lift your heels off the ground 6 inches. And begin breath of fire. If you're not familiar with breath of fire, just breathe long and deep. This helps to center that navel point energy, your life force energy, your pranic energy there at the navel point. Helps to strengthen your digestive system. You actually have a pulse at the navel point. This helps to center it so it's not off kilter. If your navel point pulse is off kilter, everything gets to you. Nothing works right. It's like when your car, the engine needs timing. 30 seconds now. If you need to adapt the exercise, do one leg at a time and switch legs. We're over halfway. I should have mentioned that earlier. You can switch legs now if we're doing one leg. Keep the lower back pressed towards the floor. Inhale deeply. Lift both legs if you're holding one leg up. Flatten the back. Exhale, relax down. Release the tension. Inhale deeply. Fill the belly. Come into the rib cage. Fill the chest. Up through the neck. Up through the top of the head. Bring that pranic life force energy into your body, into all your areas, all your subtle and 10 bodies that we just talked about. The breath is the driving force behind the yoga. The exercises channel that energy of the breath, that life force energy, to various parts of the body depending on whatever exercise we're doing. So just feel the energy, let it circulate. As you exhale, let the tension go. Now this pranic energy is not the oxygen in the breath, it's that life force energy, that blueprint of the universe, that spark within the atom. It's that cosmic dance of neutrons, electrons, protons doing their orbital dance with each other. And all the subparticles, all the quacks and quarks and quirks and whatever crazy names they've given to those subparticles. So just let all that energy circulate. As you exhale, you're doing the elimination process. You're letting stuff go. Physical tension, emotional, spiritual, subconscious tension, mental tension, whatever it is. It's all up to you to figure out
Actually, you don't have to figure out, you just have to allow it to release. When your body, mind, and spirit are ready to let go of stuff, it will. Okay, inhale deeply. Exhale. Now bring your knees to the chest. Wrap the hands around the knees. And now lift the head, chin to the chest. And again, begin breath of fire, or you can breathe long and deep. Thirty seconds. Inhale deeply, full deep breath. Chin to the chest. Hold the knees in tight. Inhale some more. Now very slowly lower the head down so you don't bash your head against the floor when you drop. You don't want to drop anything suddenly, and just relax the legs down. Again, feel the energy, let it circulate. Breathe long and deep. Let the tension go, let the energy flow. We create a dynamic called a thermodorian reaction. Thermodorian reaction is the creating an extreme tension, which that whole dynamic of stretch pose, lifting your feet off the ground 6 inches, pulling everything into the chest, creates a lot of pressure. And then we release the pressure. It's like a pendulum. If you pull a pendulum a little bit to the left, the pent-up energy that you've developed, when you let it go, it just swings a little bit to the right. But if you create a lot of pent-up tension by pulling it way to the left, when you let that tension go, it swings your body into a greater sense of relaxation and release. It's important to learn how to release and let go of the tension. Subconscious residual tension in the body creates all sorts of problems, and yoga is designed to help you to start letting that stuff go. So inhale deeply. Exhale. Now turn onto your side. Turn onto your side and push yourself up to a sitting position. We don't come straight up off our back like in a sit-up. I don't recommend you doing sit-ups. Maybe crunches is okay. Because it puts so much pressure on the lower back and vertebrae that you can herniate a disc, and we're in this for the long haul. So, okay, we're going to bring the arms up 60 degrees. Now, you want to know what 60 degrees is. Okay, if you have your hand like this, and this is 0 degrees, and this is 90 degrees, this is 30 degrees, this is 45, and this is 60. So most of you are here at 45. This is 60 up here. Curl your fingers into the pad, extend the thumbs, keep the heart center elevated. And again, if you know how to do breath of fire, begin breath of fire. Otherwise, breathe long and deep. Keep the heart center elevated. Keep the neck lock in place. Feel the energy as it flows through your arms. Keep elevating and stretching the spine up. Keep the head level. This helps to build your arc line, this energy field around from one shoulder up over the crown chakra to the other shoulder. Also works on your aura, your electromagnetic field, that protective energy field around your entire body. Doing breath of fire helps to augment the dynamics of that energy as well. Inhale deeply, full deep breath. Fill into the rib cage, fill the chest, fill up through the neck, up through the top of the head. Inhale some more. Stretch the arms up, bring the thumbs together overhead. Stretch up, inhale some more. Hold the breath now and apply the root lock. Muscles there around the tailbone. Squeeze tight, pull in the navel, back towards the spine. Hold the breath, focus at the brow point. It's called root lock or molabun. Hold the breath, circulate that energy up the spine. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Shoulders relax, elevated heart center, neck lock in place. Inhale deeply into the belly. Through the rib cage, up through the heart center that's elevated, up through the chest, up into the neck. Neck is straight. Inhale up through the neck, up through the top of the head. Inhale out here into your outer regions. Who says you're restricted to the actual physical body? Use your imagination to expand your consciousness, expand your awareness. And exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Now extend the legs out in front of you. Spread them wide. Make sure you are adjusting yourself so you're not bumping your knee. So you're going to inhale and stretch the arms straight up. Keep the head level, keep the spine straight. You're going to turn the body. You're going to keep the spine straight. You're going to lean the heart center down toward the knee. When you feel the pressure of the stretch, exhale, relax into the stretch and take your hands and relax down to your toes or ankle or behind the leg, wherever you are, depending on your flexibility. And as you exhale, you just relax into the stretch. Then inhale again. Stretch up. Full deep breath. Stretch. Inhale some more. Turn toward the right leg. Same process. You're leading with the heart center. Lean that heart center down toward the knee. Pressure of the stretch. Relax the arms down. Grab the toes or ankle behind the leg. Exhale. Relax into the stretch. Remember to keep the head up. Don't drop the head down. You're leading with the heart. And again, inhale upright. Full deep breath. Stretch up, full deep breath. Give yourself a chance. Just really take the opportunity to stretch everything up. And then as you lean forward to the center, pressure of the stretch. Exhale, relax down. Heart center towards the floor. Grab both feet or ankles or behind the legs or whatever. And continue, left, right, and center. Breathing long and deep. Remember, the breath is the driving force. When you breathe long and deep for a long period of time, we've been breathing like this, you're not using up all the energy in the breath. When you breathe, you're building a surplus of energy into your nervous system. That energy of the breath helps to shift the electrostatic charge in the muscles so the body will start letting go of that locked-in tension, that residual tension in the muscles. So you're doing yourself a big favor. What you're doing is you're stretching the life nerve that runs from the big toe of each foot up the inside of each leg.
up each side of the spine. Keeping this life nerve stretched out helps to maintain the energy in your nervous system so that you have plenty of energy and be able to function properly, whether you're 8 or 108. Remember to lead with the heart center. Don't duck that head down. Keep the head up. Keep the focus within. Take your time so that you feel the dynamics of the stretch in each posture. So that you kind of give your body a chance to adjust to the pressure of the stretch. There is no hurry. There's no extra credit for more repetitions. Faster isn't necessarily better. Use your mental focus. Direct the energy of the breath, that life force energy, into the areas where you're feeling the tension. As you exhale, let that tension go with the breath. Your mental focus helps to augment the effectiveness of the exercise, whatever we're doing. Kundalini yoga is a yoga of awareness, so you learn to start being aware of all sorts of dynamics. Not necessarily just your physical body, not your mental body, not your spiritual body, but your whole you have all these other bodies that we're talking about. Your auric body, your pranic body, your subtle body, all these different things. Last time, inhale upright, full deep breath. Stretch out the spine. When you stretch out the spine, you're lengthening the spine. Lift that heart center. Keep the head straight. Stretch up some more. Inhale. And exhale down to the center. Straight spine. Grab the toes of the ankle. Exhale. Relax into the stretch. Shoulders relaxed. Heart center is leading. Just be aware of that pressure of the stretch. And inhale upright. Okay. Now you're in the upright position. Some of you can do it like this. Some of you don't have that flexibility. Just hold on to your knees. Get a firm grip. It's better if you kind of clamp your hands underneath the knees on the inside like this. You're going to inhale in the upright position. Exhale forward. Heart center toward the floor. Inhale up and exhale down. You can start with your hands on the knees, and as you lean forward, you can grab the toes if you have that kind of flexibility as well. Adapt it. Use your common sense. There's benefits to being able to hold on to your toes because you can pull on the toes. It helps to stretch out your Achilles tendon in the back of your ankles there. Last time, inhale upright, full deep breath. Lean forward, pressure of the stretch. Grab the toes of the ankles or behind your legs. Exhale, relax into the stretch. Shoulders are relaxed. Keep the head straight, spine straight. Lead with the heart center.
And slowly inhale upright. Now come sitting cross-legged position. For those of you who are new, I'll give you the side view. We're going to do what is called spinal flex. You're going to hold on to your shins. And it's basically a hip exercise. You're going to inhale and roll the hips forward as you elevate the heart center. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the head in line with the spine. As you exhale, you roll back on the hips. Inhale forward, exhale back. Basically, you're getting a rotation of the hips and that lower back. That helps to increase the circulation of spinal fluid up and down the spine. Our lower back tends to get compacted because we sit so much. Because we sit so much, that lower back gets compressed. So this helps to increase circulation into the lower back. So you might feel some achiness when you initially start doing this exercise. As you start waking up the awareness in that lower back, eventually as you increase the circulation and have a constant flow of energy and blood circulating through there, a lot of that achiness disappears. So inhale, roll the hips forward. Exhale, roll the hips back. Keep the head in line with the spine. This also goes up, circulates that spinal fluid up through the blood-brain barrier, up into your brain. And they did studies back in the 70s at UCLA where they hooked people up to brainwave machines. And they found when doing this exercise, it increased the brainwaves associated with the clarity of thought. So not only does this help to circulate spinal fluid and energize your entire spinal column and your entire nervous system, this is also increasing flexibility in the spine, and it also is helping to clear the mind. Now don't make the mistake of leaning forward. It's an up and down motion. It's not leaning forward. It doesn't flex the spine. It just kind of flexes your hip. So as you're rolling the hips forward, lift the spine straight up, your heart center straight up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. As you exhale, just roll the hips back down. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, roll the hips forward, elevating the spine. Exhale, roll back. And last few seconds now. Focus at the brow point. Powerful breath. Circulate this energy throughout your entire body. This is an exercise you can do sitting in a chair. All you need to do is make sure you have both feet flat on the ground. Inhale, straight spine, full deep breath. Take it in through the nose, all the way down to the belly. Let the belly expand down and out. Fill into the belly. Fill into the rib cage. Keep the heart center elevated. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale through the chest. Neck lock in place. Pull the chin back slightly. You don't want the chin up and back. You don't want it down. You want it straight back. So it straightens the spine. If you have the chin up, it pinches off the base of the skull there. If you have it down, you're cutting off your proprioceptor. So you want a straight spine. Full deep breath up through the neck, up through the top of the head. Keep the shoulders relaxed. They're sneaky critters that kind of tense up without you even knowing it. So you have to constantly monitor your shoulders to keep them relaxed.
Exhale, letting the tension go. Now, if you're comfortable sitting on your heels, come sitting on your heels. If you have knee issues, stay in cross-legged position. Even if you have trouble sitting cross-legged, you can always do an exercise. Put a leg out or alternate legs if you're having trouble doing that. Okay, if you're sitting on your heels, hands are resting on your thighs. So if you're sitting cross-legged, hands are resting on the thighs. And the focus now is the middle of your spine, around the heart center. So as you inhale, press the heart center forward. As you exhale, flex the heart center back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So you're flexing the middle of the spine forward and back. Try to keep the shoulders stable. Again, breathe into where you're feeling the tension, where you're feeling the challenge. Breathe into those areas. Bring that life force energy into the areas of tension. Tension's an indication of the blockage of the flow of energy in the body. Now your body has a certain amount of tension that holds it together, and fascia that kind of holds everything together. But too much tension, it's like there's too much of anything is not good. So you're trying to create a balance, an equilibrium. You want just enough tension to maintain the structure so that the energy can freely flow through the area. So breathe into that heart center. As you exhale, relax the tension around the heart center, and flexing the hips back. So you're moving the hips and flexing the center of your heart forward and back, but the shoulders stay pretty stable, the head stays stable. Last few seconds now. Powerful breath. Breathe into that heart center. We all have to deal with the dynamics of all the things that have gone on, all the heartbreak that we've had experienced. All that has to get processed and worked with. Energize that heart center. That's one of your main life support systems. So you want that pranic energy to be powerfully infiltrating that area, to bring in the energy of the universe into your heart center as you inhale. As you exhale, let the tension go. It could be emotional tension, physical tension, subconscious tension, mental tension, spiritual tension. Just keep flowing, keep going. 30 seconds. Powerful breath. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale, straight spine, full deep breath, fill the belly, expand into the rib cage, heart center's elevated, shoulders are relaxed, neck lock in place, fill in through the chest, up through the chest, up through the neck, up through the top of the head, focused at the brow point. Inhale some more. And exhale, letting the tension go. Now, you can still continue to sit on your heels, or you can come back into cross-legged position. We're going to do spinal twists, so you bring your hands up onto your shoulders. I'm getting old, I can't hold on to my shoulders, so the fingers are to the front, thumbs are to the back. The important thing is keep the elbows up, so the upper arms are parallel to the ground, and keep them pulled back a little bit. Keep the heart center elevated. You're going to inhale, turn and twist to the left, exhale, turn and twist to the right. Inhale left, exhale right. Now turn the head from shoulder to shoulder as well. Don't be doing this. You want to get that
entire spinal column, twisting and turning. This is the only yogic exercise, according to Yogi Bujung, that actually lubricates those pads between the vertebrae, those discs. Those pads need to stay moist, soft, spongy, springy, so they're a buffer between each one of your vertebrae. If they get dried out and brittle like a dried out cheap old sponge that turns like a brick, you don't want those pads to be like a brick. If they get that hard, then it kind of crumbles and you're doing stuff, then you start having bone on bone, and then you have chronic back pain. This also helps to torque your torso. This is helping to increase blood circulation to all your major organs in your torso. At the same time as you exhale, you're letting the residual tension go. Pressure and release. Keep the heart center elevated. Keep the head level. Don't get your chin in the air. You know, Stevie Wonder does this. Always, he plays like this, but he's doing something else. He's not doing yoga. Keep the head level. You got to stay level while you're doing this. Don't want it down into the chest either. You want to keep that heart center elevated. If you have the chin into the chest, you're rounding the spine. It's not the same. Straight spine. Last few seconds. Focus at the brow point. Powerful breath. Keep lifting and stretching the spine up. Inhale to the center. Keep your focus at the brow point. Relax the arms down. Full deep breath. Into the belly, into the rib cage. Heart center elevated. Shoulders relaxed. Neck locked in place. Keep your focus. Bring that breath all the way up through the top of the head and beyond. Your body's got a lot of swirling sensations, but your mind can stay focused. One-pointedness at the brow point. Point between the eyebrows, top of the nose. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And exhale. Keep the focus. Letting the tension go, but keep your focus at the brow point. Exhale the air all the way out. Again, inhale deeply, full deep breath. Exhale, letting the tension go. If you do nothing else in a yoga class, breathe long and deep. You're creating all sorts of beautiful dynamic benefits for yourself. You can only live a minute, 2, 3, or 4 minutes or something without the breath. Things start deteriorating, especially in the brain. You can live a while without any water, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days. You can live a few weeks sometimes without having food, but the breath is like an essential. That breath of life, that life force energy, constantly is feeding your system from the universe. It comes. Everybody shares the breath. That's why it's so important to keep the air fresh and clean. Okay, bring your hands back up onto the shoulders as best you can. You're going to inhale. You're going to bring the elbows up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep the heart center elevated. Keep the head straight. Touch your wrist behind the neck. Keep the head straight. Don't drop that chin down. Keep the head straight. This will help open up this chest area. It helps to open up your lung capacity. If you're increasing your lung capacity as you release that residual tension all around your rib cage here. Also, you're moving the lymph fluid because these muscles are moving back into the blood system underneath the collarbones. That's critical. Your lymph system is where the body dumps all its junk. You might call it the body sewage system. When your body the cells die, they get flushed into the lymph system. When viruses and bacteria are killed off, they're dumped into the lymph system. You'll have 3 times as much lymph fluid as you'll have blood. It doesn't have a pump. It's the movement of the muscles. Now, it's got to circulate through the body and get back into the blood system underneath your collarbone. So these upper body muscles have to move in order to get that fluid back into it. So you clear your lymph system. When you've cleared your lymph system, you have created a better dynamic for your immune system to work. Last few seconds. Last time, inhale, bring the elbows up. Straighten the spine, inhale some more. Hold the breath and apply the root lock. Again, squeeze tight, base of the spine, pull in the navel. Focus brow point. Lift that heart center, straighten everything up. Neck lock in place. Exhale, relax the arms down. And again, as you feel these new sensations, breathe into it with the breath as we sit here relaxed. Take the opportunity to introduce that life force energy into those new awareness areas in your body. As you exhale, let the tension go. Just another note about the lymph system. You have lymph nodes. These are sensitive little globules in all different areas of the body. They give feedback to the brain as to what viruses and bacteria are in that area. Sort of like, you know, if you go on any of these weather apps, they show all sorts of weather stations throughout the valley, and they give their information. Well, you have lymph nodes all throughout the body, and they give feedback to the brain as to what viruses and bacteria in the area. If they're clogged up, they're not giving proper transmission and correct transmission to the brain because they're clogged. They're not functioning clearly. So the brain can't produce the right antibodies to help fight off the infections, the viruses and bacteria. So that's why you want to keep the lymph system clear as much as possible. We have a problem because we sit so much doing this, laptops and computers, or doing this, texting, or doing this, playing video games. You know, you might do a little of this, you can get a little body English into it, but mainly you're just building all this upper body tension so it doesn't move. You know, back in the old days, you were swinging an axe to chop wood, or you were doing a lot of physical stuff, you know. Moving these arms, this is what gets that lymph fluid moving. Okay, all right, we're going to be working on that now, okay. That's what that last exercise helped us to do. Okay, hands resting on the knees. Going to inhale, bring the left the left shoulder up. As you exhale, you're going to drop the left and raise the right. Now don't get the head turning. Keep the head straight. Just move the shoulders up and down.
Which one was for the inhale? Left?
Start with the one, like the left, and then exhale the right up. Okay. Inhale the left up, exhale the right up. Keep the chin lock in place, neck lock in place. Don't get that chin in the air. We're not highfalutin yogis. Again, circulate that life force energy into these areas. Break up that tension. Your upper chest, neck, and shoulder area, lock in a tremendous amount of residual tension. All that residual tension impedes the blood flow to the brain. I learned in physiology class many years ago in college that if you decrease the blood flow and the oxygen supply to the brain, you're going to feel depressed. It's not a psychological problem, it's a physiological problem. So if you're feeling down in the dumps, do a lot of these upper body exercises and breathe long and deep. Should help you to feel a lot better.
A lot of the recommendations to counteract depression is to exercise. Well, this is exercise. You don't have to go outside and run around the block. You can just sit in a chair and do this. Okay, switch now. Inhale the right shoulder up. Exhale the left shoulder up. You got to be an ambidextrous shoulder shrugger with the breath. Remember to keep the chin tucked slightly. Move those shoulders. This is not a visualization process. It's not like in The Music Man where the guy had him visualize playing the music. You only gain the benefit if you're actually moving. Okay, now inhale, relax the shoulders. Now inhale both shoulders up and exhale down. Again, you see you're moving the shoulders up and down. You're moving that fluid back into the blood system, that lymphatic fluid. You're breaking up that upper body tension. Now, if you haven't done this much, your upper shoulders might say, oh my God, I feel like everything's turned to lead. That's how much tension you got there. So just take it slowly, inhale. The key to this exercise is to let the shoulders drop. You're not trying to control the drop. You're pushing the shoulders up. That's your control. And you exhale, you just let it go, let it drop. That's the process of releasing. Let the universe take over a little bit. These are like baby steps in learning how to let go of stuff. Let the universe create the flow for you. Last time, inhale, bring the shoulders up now. Full deep breath, fill the belly into the rib cage, up through the chest, up through the top of the head. Inhale some more, stretch up the spine, lift that heart center. Keep the shoulders up, inhale some more. Now drop the chin to the chest, hold the breath, inhale some more. Hold the breath and squeeze tight the root lock. Squeeze the base of the spine, muscles there. Pull in the navel, hold the breath, focus brow point. Feel the heat, let it circulate. It's healing energy going through the body. Exhale, relax down. Sit straight. Inhale deeply into those areas where you're feeling the awareness. Full deep breath. Exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale. Fresh new life. It's like when you've been in a room that's been closed off for maybe months. The air is stale. The energy is stale in that area. You open the windows. You bring in fresh new energy into the area. That's what's happening. These areas may have been locked tight for months, maybe even years. And now you're bringing that life force energy, that pranic energy in the breath into those areas. As you exhale, let the tension go. And continue to breathe. Long and deep. Heart center elevated. Shoulders relaxed. Neck lock in place. Now hands resting on top of the knees. Keep the heart center elevated. You're going to keep a level head. You're going to inhale and turn the head over the left shoulder. Feel that dynamics of the stretch. As you exhale, you're going to slowly turn your head over the right shoulder. Pressure of the stretch. Exhale into it. And continue inhaling to the left. And exhaling to the right. Keep your focus at the brow point so that you maintain your level-headedness. You don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be doing this. Straight, level-headed, swiveling around, feeling the pressure of the stretch. Keep the shoulders stable. You're not doing this, you're not doing that. Shoulders stay steady. You're isolating the movement so that you can address that tension that's in the neck muscles themselves. And you breathe into those muscles. Give them the pranic energy. The neck muscles work hard. They're probably the hardest working muscles in your entire body. They got to hold up the head. And there's not much support other than, there's not much skeletal support for the head, the heaviest part of the body. So you can do all sorts of angles with the head and move it around all those different directions. But that's because the neck muscles are there working hour after hour, day after day, year after year. So now you're helping your muscles in the neck to penetrate that wall of tension so that you don't have a stiff neck all the time, so that you increase blood flow to the brain. If your neck is tense, that's going to impede the flow of blood circulation to the brain. Keep the heart center elevated. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Inhaling to the left. Exhaling to the right. You're stimulating your glands. You have glands in your throat, your thyroid, your parathyroid. You have glands at the base of the skull, your thalamus, hypothalamus. You have glands, center of the brain, your pineal and pituitary gland. Pituitary gland's the master gland of the body. These other glands are major glands that help control many of the major functions in the body. Your glandular system needs the stimulation to help balance themselves out as well. Now we're going to switch. Inhale to the right and exhale to the left. You got to learn how to be an ambidextrous breather as well. You see, you got to. Remember, the heart center's elevated, the shoulders are relaxed. Those things tend to get forgotten, and then that tension, that subconscious tension, starts locking up those muscles that impede the flow. You want to maximize the flow of energy. Tension is an indication of the blockage of the flow of energy. You need some tension, but if you have too much tension, you're really compromising the area. A lot of residual tension in an area means that blood can't circulate in there with the proper nutrients to help those cells stay strong, vibrant, and have the nourishment they need to do whatever job they're there for. It also means that the waste products that happen when you metabolize stuff in your cells, it can't get out of the cells very easily. All the waste products kind of stagnate there too. So you slowly poison yourself, auto-intoxication. You're making a toxic system because of all the tension in your body. Last few seconds now. Inhale to the center. Full deep breath. Exhale. Last exercise now. You know, in the fairy tales, they talk about turning frogs into princes. We're going to just become frogs. We're going to do a little reverse there. So, you're going to come standing up. I'm not going to stand up all the way. You're going to have your feet, heels together with your feet angled out about 45. And you're going to squat down. Your hands are between the legs like this. And your fingertips are on the ground. Your heels are off the ground. As you inhale, you just straighten the legs, drop the head down, keep the heels off the ground. Exhale, come back down, drop the hips down, lift the head up. Inhale, lift the hips up, drop the head down. Exhale, come back down, lift the head up. Now, if you don't have the flexibility, you might have to come up like this and then come back down like this.
Adapt it according to what your body is capable of. Let's just do 10 more. When you've finished your 10, you can just sit down and relax or lie down and relax. I'm on camera here, so I gotta make sure I do 10. So. At least 10. I kind of lose track, so I do a few extra. Breathe. Let the breath help you to process the energy. Work with the tension. Last time, if you're not done with 10 yet, and exhale. Now come lying down on your back. And just totally relax. Arms at your side, palms facing up. Your hands are like little satellite dishes. They transmit energy, they receive energy. Remember, turn your hands so your palms are facing up. There you go. Turn your hands so your palms are facing up. So you can feel the energy flow through the hands as well. Let the weight of your body just release into the floor. Let the floor do all the work. You've done a lot of hard work today. Now, give those 10 bodies a chance to relax. Remember, we awakened our 10 bodies. And now we'll switch gears a little bit. Let your mind flow free. Let the energy of the breath come in through every pore of your being. Your skin is like a third lung. You bring and absorb energy through your skin. Bring in that life force energy from head to toe into your system. As you exhale, release the tension out through every pore of your being. Just let it go. You're not sure if your skin breathes or not. Way back in the early 60s or late 50s, I forget when they made the James Bond, the first Goldfinger movie. They had this lady painted in gold paint all the way on her body with gold paint, and it clogged up all her pores. After a few hours on the set, she collapsed. I'm not sure if she died or not, but she definitely had some problems because her skin couldn't breathe. You gotta let your skin breathe. You make a big mistake if you use petroleum products as part of your skincare, because petroleum products clog the pores. If the pores are clogged, your body senses that it's not getting the proper flow of energy in and out through the skin, so it starts thinning the layers of skin in your body where you've put that lotion or cream. Especially like Vaseline is the worst, okay? That's just pure petroleum jelly. Use it for lubricating parts, like, mechanical parts, but don't use it on your skin. There are enough available natural skin products that you can use. A simple remedy is to just buy a good organic almond oil. It's very relatively cheap. You can just rub that on your skin. It's a natural lubricant. Won't clog your pores. Just relax, breathe in through head to toe. Let the energy flow. Let the tension go. Keep the breath flowing long and deep. Let the energy circulate on the inhale. Let the tension go on the exhale. It's about letting and allowing. Letting the cosmic flow happen through you. Deeply, bring yourself back. Inhale fully and deeply into the belly, into the rib cage, up through the chest, up through the neck, up through the top of the head, and exhale. Inhale, begin wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Bring yourself back into all your extremities. And exhale. Inhale, rotate your ankles and your wrists. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead onto the ground. Stretch out the spine. Stretch. Inhale some more and stretch. 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 reached. Exhale, release the tension. Inhale, rub the soles of the feet, palms of the hands together. And exhale. Now extend the legs down. Bend one knee. Turn that knee over the other leg. Stretch out your hip, called the cat stretch, to the side on the inhale. Exhale, back to the center. Inhale, cat stretch to the other side. Exhale, back to the center. Inhale, pull both knees into the chest. We've had practice with this. Pull the knees in twice. Breathe into that lower back. Keep the head and shoulders on the mat. Inhale into the lower back. Exhale, back off from the tension. Again, inhale, pull the knees in. Exhale, back off from the tension. Now holding on to these, gently rock from side to side. Back and forth, back and forth. And now begin rocking forwards and backwards. Rock yourself up to a sitting position. When you rock back and forth, it helps to adjust the vertebrae in your back. It's like a natural body alignment process. Okay. So we're going to be doing this meditation, and we're going to be dealing with the sacred law. And that was the theme of the lecture he gave when he gave out this meditation. If you openly defy the law of nature, you shall have troubles and suffer. We develop patterns and become a slave of our patterns. We lose our freedom, our sovereignty, our identity. The problem is that you love each other, live with each other, and at each other because you cannot digest each other and come to a mutual understanding. Even the moon and sun get eclipsed. You are no exception to the rule. If you decide to do what you're going to do, you must face the consequences. Do not blame others. Blame what is in you that made you start the sequence. If you shall not deliver, God will deliver. When you make an appointment, you will get a disappointment. But if you do not make an appointment, just be yourself. Nothing will go wrong for you. You will have a natural path. You cannot develop your elementary nature, Bhagavanti. Anything else which exists on earth, including you, does not touch the boundary of Purka, the law of Dharma. Karma has to be paid. Karma is a debt. And karma has to be paid dharmically, religiously, and so we pay homage. Touch the feet of a man of God, hug him, touch his hand, he will say, God be with you. Why? You reach out kindly and humbly, you shall be blessed. It is the law. When you bow, you will be blessed. In all your life, your whole incarnation, you need one thing. That is called touch of the Master. He does not tell you about himself or yourself. He tells you about your destiny and blesses you. Riches and poverty do not make a difference. The person who goes through riches and poverty is you. It is you who matters. It is a simple problem. If you do not touch the Master, you cannot touch the world. You are transmission gears, right? Are your transmission gears right? When the times call on you, do you act and not make a mess of it? When you deliver, a man delivers. When thou shalt deliver, then God will deliver. And that is the difference between God and man. This meditation we're going to do for wisdom and understanding is a powerful Kriya in the science of yoga. The habit of falsely being an alarmist will leave your personality. You know, it's like the story about Aesop, about the wolf, you know, kid crying wolf all the time. If you're an alarmist about everything that goes on, then nobody pays attention to you after a while. Okay, we're going to be doing a special breathing process. This breathing will give your nerves standardization while giving power to the central nervous system. Okay. Your left hand is going to be slightly cupped right here at the navel point. Okay? Your right hand is going to have that index finger touching the pad of the thumb. This is your Gyan finger. This is your finger of knowledge and wisdom. The other three, this connects a meridian flow. And the thumb represents the ego, the first finger of knowledge and wisdom. Middle finger connects with your emotional health issues. You know, a lot of people use that finger to express their negative emotions. Sun finger is your ring finger. Brings in sun energy into your little fingers dealing with communication, your Mercury finger. It's the littlest finger. You know, Mercury is the one with the shortest orbit. That's why Mercury is always in retrograde, and everybody says it screws up your communication. Well, anyway, so you're going to have these two fingers touching like this, your first finger, your Gyan finger. Your elbows are relaxed against your rib cage, your palms are facing forward, and your fingers are pointing straight up. Keep the heart center elevated, try to keep the shoulders relaxed, and the neck lock in place. Now here's where the fun begins.
What happened with the cup?
Huh?
What happened with the cup?
It's right here at the navel. Oh, it's right. You're right. Thank you. Left hand's at your navel point. Sorry, your right hand's like
Okay.
this. Okay. See, it's good I have people paying attention. I was testing you, not
Okay.
really. You were testing me. See, it's a collaborative effort. That's what goes on. You help me keep doing the right thing, and I'd hopefully help you to keep doing the right thing. Okay, now here's the fun part. You're going to stick out your tongue as far as you can, and you're going to clamp your teeth on your tongue. And you're going to inhale through the sides of your mouth. And exhale through, I believe through the nose. But a minute. Now you're just breathing in and out through the sides of your tongue.
Really high focus.
Eyes are closed. You don't want to watch people sucking. Oh, he does have it on video, but it's only me, so this will be on YouTube somewhere. So. Breathe long and deep, just as we did at the beginning of class, into your belly, into your rib cage. Keep the heart center elevated. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Neck lock in place. Breathe up through the top of the head. And then exhale through the sides of your mouth. Part of the phenomenon is you're going to feel like your tongue is turning bitter. You're expelling the toxins. You're pulling the toxins out of your system. When you suck that air into the sides of your tongue, you're energizing the saliva. That energized saliva is going into your lungs as well as down your throat. So breathe powerfully. It's a very cleansing process. This is teaching you how to literally hold your tongue. Now don't cheat. Some of you don't have your tongue out. Don't worry about it. Keep that tongue out. You know, in that Mayan calendar, at the center of that Mayan calendar is a figure of the Aztec, Africa, which they got this figure with this tongue all the way out. It's doing this Kriya to create that balance. The sun and moon energy, the the waxing and waning of the moon energy, the steadiness of the sun energy. That's what you're dealing with. Those are the two very powerful energies in our solar system right here. You're relating to those energies. That's what you're dealing with. Keep the breath flowing long and deep. When you breathe long and deep for extended periods of time, your body feels saturated, satiated by the breath. Your nervous system says, I don't need all this extra energy. That extra energy causes tremendous dynamic things to happen. It opens up every cell in your body, so you might be feeling tingling sensations throughout your entire body. You're not hooked up to an electrical wire. It's just that your cells are waking up. The metabolism becoming much more efficient. As cells start waking up, the initial sensation is that tingling sensation. This is increasing the flow of energy to your brain, awakens the mind. So the mind becomes more alert, more aware. At the same time, you feel more relaxed because the energy of the breath helps to relax the mind as well from that increased circulation. So you're more aware and more relaxed at the same time. That's part of the dynamic. It's not like when you drink coffee. You're wired and you're maybe more alert, but you're totally hyped up. This helps you to build a sensory awareness throughout your entire being. Your physical, mental, emotional, all your 10 bodies become much more aware of the dynamics, of the nuances and subtleties of what's going on around you and within you all at the same time. And because you're breathing long and deep like this, you're building that, strengthening that energy field around you. So that things that start entering into your orbit starts aligning themselves, because electromagnetic field aligns the energy. It's better for you to have the energies aligned to what your consciousness is producing within your orbit, rather than you being bombarded and punched around and like a ping pong ball bouncing through a house full of mousetraps. This helps you to maintain your own sense of identity, your own sense of integrity, your own sense of who you really are, rather than being swayed in all sorts of different directions. It's just, well, I should go to this false information. How do you know what's false, what's true? That's why you have to build your own intuitive sense, your own sense of inner truth. That's what you're doing. You're stimulating your glandular system so that you have a greater sense of building your own sense of intuition, the internal truth, the internal knowing. If you're lying down, you can still breathe through the tongue. Hold the posture. You can hold the posture. Hand at your navel. Other hand beside your shoulder. Fingers pointing up toward the head. People are really shy about sticking their tongue way out and clamping that teeth on the tongue to keep it out there. helps with that cleansing effect, that energizing of that saliva, the full spectrum flowing across your tongue, that pranic energy as you draw it in, sucking it in down through your throat, down into the lung cavity as well. Less than 3 minutes. Do your best. Finish strong. Shoulders relax, elevated heart center, neck lock in place. Tongue all the way out, firmly clamped between your teeth. Bring the tongue in, inhale through the nose, elevate the heart center, shoulders relaxed, neck lock in place, fill all the way up through the top of the head. Inhale some more, more. Hold the breath, circulate the energy. Hold the breath. Come on, you can hold the breath longer than that. Cannon fire exhale through the mouth. You know when a cannon shoots out, it really expels it out. Again, inhale deeply. Full deep breath. Into the belly. Take your time. Into the chest, up through the shoulders, relax. Elevated heart center, neck lock in place. Fill up through the top of the head. Keep going. Hold the breath. Circulate the energy. Cannon fire exhale. You're pushing out deep-seated diseases. It's that tremendous expulsion. Letting it release. One last time. Inhale deeply. Full deep breath. Take your time. Slowly but surely filling up in through all the cavities, through the chest, heart center elevated, neck lock in place, shoulders relax, up through the top of the head. All through those empty areas in your brain. Aerate them now. Inhale some more. Hold the breath now. Let that energy permeate every cell of your being from head to toe. Pranic energy, life force energy. Stimulate the cosmic flow of each atom. Cannon fire exhale. Now relax the arms down. Sit quietly. Become the observer. As an observer, you're just watching it, becoming aware on many different levels. There's no right or wrong answers. There's no judgment. There's no shame. There's no blame. But there is compassion, because what you're observing, you're also experiencing. So it's like you have an inside-outside experience all at the same time. So be aware of the dynamics flowing through the body, the tingling sensations, the heat, the cold, the aches, the pain, the throbbing or pulsing, the numbness, whatever it is. Just be aware without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion. Be aware of your emotional state. Again, there's no right or wrong answers here. No judgment, no shame, no blame. With compassion, whatever your experience, whether you're happy, sad, angry, frustrated, calm, joyous, inspired, whatever it is, just be aware with compassion. Breath and your heartbeat. You're not trying to control the breath now. The heartbeat and the breath continue whether you're thinking about it or not. It's a constant reminder the universe keeps paying attention to what needs to happen to keep the energy flowing through you. You have this rhythm, you have this pranic force flowing through your system. There is no shame, no blame, no right or wrong answers here. Just be aware with compassion. Hundreds and thousands of thoughts. Observe the mind. See where it takes you. Again, there's no right or wrong answers. No judgment, no shame, no blame. Whether you're dwelling on the past, the present, the future, people, places, things, issues, relationships, pets, lunch, whatever. Just be aware.
body, your emotions, the breath and the mind and your heartbeat. There's a vast part of your consciousness beyond these 4 dimensions that connects you with your undying self, your unlimited self, your connection with that cosmic flow of the universe, your connection to the divine influence, however you define that for yourself. So dwell within your soul, within your spirit, without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion. These 5 dimensions all coexist. They're all happening at the same time. It's all a collaborative effort. So consolidate the experience into one complete experience of who you are at this moment, without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion. Body, emotions, breath, mind, and spirit. End each class with a little song that embodies why we do the yoga in the first place. So bring your palms together, center of the chest. Inhale deeply. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. And we finish with a long Sat Nam. Sat, the totality of truth, the all-encompassing truth in the universe, all the dark holes, dark matter, dark energy, all the galaxies, multi-universes, every person, place, or thing, good, bad, beautiful, ugly, whatever, all the plants, animals, and rocks and stuff, everything is included. That's the totality of truth. That's the Sat. Nam is the unique manifestation of some element of that truth is manifesting through each one of us, through everything around us. So Sat Nam is the manifestation of this totality of truth through every one of us. So inhale deeply, fully and deeply, like we did at the beginning. Fill the belly into the rib cage, heart center elevated, shoulders relaxed, neck lock in place. Inhale all the way up through the neck, up through the top of the head, into your 10 subtle bodies. Inhale some more. God bless this earth with peace. God bless this earth with peace. God bless this earth with peace. So if you have any questions, comments, come up and talk to me. If you want a copy of the yoga set and the meditation and links to the music, make sure your name's on that email list.